Okay, before we get into and start this video, I just want to talk about the current coronavirus outbreak and just say that it is obviously so terrible globally and causing so many issues for families, and just basically to try and address the fact that in this time we all need to try and come together and work together to kind of support each other, because obviously there's people who are in a lot worse situations than others, and again it's trying to get together, trying to support each other, which is where that really helps the situation. And that obviously with the lack of social interaction by people self-isolating and social distancing, it becomes more and more important to try and connect to those people, to try and reach out to see if they do need your support. I know a lot of people in both my area and surrounding areas have sent letters to their neighbours just asking if they are self-isolating, whether they need any help and support, and I think that is such a lovely idea, and I really think that it is a time where we all need to come together, no matter how divided we might feel, just to try and get over the situation and help one another out. And of course we've also got the situation globally with the panic buying and people rushing out to try and buy everything they can so that they have enough stuff for themselves. But obviously that has left people who are in a much more vulnerable situation without the essentials. And I think it is also important to say that while supermarkets are trying to combat the issue by limiting certain items, to fully combat the situation, it does come from individuals. So if you are, someone who has tried to panic buy, and it's completely natural, you're trying to sort out yourself, but you have got to try and think about the fact that there are other people who are in a much more vulnerable position. So try and only get those essential items that you need and not try and take away from other people. And again, it is all about this supporting each other to fight this virus. Welcome back to DomTalksTech, and if you're new to the channel, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the new tech releases, reviews, hands-on and first impression videos. So make sure as well, if you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the bell icon so you get a notification as soon as I release a new video. As of just this morning, Apple has quietly released a brand new iPad Pro for 2020. Obviously they've not had any big press conference, no big unveiling. It has just literally hit YouTube and hit their Apple website with a brand new iPad. And a brand new iPad it is obviously an update from the 2018 iPad Pro, and with that it brings some amazing new features and innovation to it as well. As always, I'll put some of the key specifications on the screen there, and then we can talk about some of the really important ones and some of the best features that come with it as well. First up, we've got the brand new display. This is one of Apple's liquid retina displays, and it comes in 11 inches or 12.9 inches, and it also has ProMotion with that. So what that means is it's got 120 Hz refresh rate, same as the Samsung Galaxy phone, so it brings a really fluid and fast interface with it. As you can see on the screen here, it has some really thin bezels around the outside of the iPad, which makes interacting with it a really beautiful thing to do, with very minimal edges around the side, so it makes for a very nice viewing experience. Moving on now to the brand new processor which Apple has included, and that's the A12Z Bionic chip. So this is Apple's next generation mobile chip, which they're claiming is more powerful than a lot of laptop processors, which should mean that you can multitask your favorite productivity apps, as well as using high-end mobile gaming on the iPad, which should run really fluid, especially with that 120 Hz display, to make for a really good interactive experience. Apple has also increased the cameras on the iPad Pro too. So we have dual cameras. We have got a 12 megapixel wide angle camera, which is the same as the iPhone 11s. We've also got a 10 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, which would give you lots of flexibility in the applications for the camera as well. Brand new to this iPad as well, we've got a LiDAR scanner, which basically allows the iPad to fire light out onto the room, into materials in the room, and that bounces back to the iPad and allows it to calculate the exact distance between objects, which is really good for augmented reality experiences, which again expands the range of what an iPad is capable of. So for designers, they can look in a room and use the iPad actually to place objects in the room, which is obviously in real time, which is very, very impressive. Other things that the iPad has from the 2018 iPad Pro, we've got Face ID, we've got brand new support for up to 1 terabyte of data, which is really, really impressive for an iPad. We've got support of Apple's 2nd generation Apple Pencil, which is also really, really good as well. Again, that clips onto the side and charges wirelessly, just like the 2018 iPad Pro. Now for one of the other really, really exciting things, and this has never actually been done on an iPad before, we've got the new Magic Keyboard and Smart Keyboard Folio, and Apple has done a lot of work into these accessories. So the iPad Pro actually floats, as you should be able to see on the screen now, and it cut at a comfortable angle, which allows you to adjust that angle as well, to get a perfect typing experience wherever you are. It also has a USB-C port, so it means that it has pass-through charging and allows you to charge the iPad through that as well, which is really, really impressive. Next, for the first time ever, we've got a trackpad on an iPad, which allows you to interact with iPad OS using a cursor, which again expands the amount of productivity you can do on this iPad. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is a huge increase from the iPad Pro from 2018 in all of its features and what it is capable of doing. It is capable of obviously really brand new productivity areas, so such as that augmented reality, as well as expansion for play and media consumption as well, which is really, really good. This iPad starts at £769, and that's for the base model of 11 inches on the base specs with 128 gigabytes of storage. I think that's quite a decent price. I think they're a very competitive price for the iPad Pro. I was actually expecting £1,000 plus for this iPad Pro. I think that is a very, very reasonable price of starting point for the iPad Pro. It does go all the way up to £1,619, but that is for the 12.9 inch iPad Pro with 1 terabyte of data and actually 4G as well. So that's the maximum price for the iPad. The iPad Pro from 2020 is available as of the 25th of March. So just next week, and you can order it right now to arrive on that date. So that's a quick rundown of the iPad Pro from 2020. If you've got any questions, as always, make sure you comment them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you enjoyed this video, a like would really, really help the channel, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe for all the latest tech reviews, hands-on and first impression videos. Thank you for watching, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.